Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is your daily Gogetemism number 150. Yeah. March 4th, 2015. Yo, today I want to talk a little bit about being the first one to say, I'm sorry, being the first one to apologize. For a lot of people, it's really hard for them to be the first one to apologize, but when you think about it, you are the bigger person when you decide to take that first step. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that when you feel like somebody has wronged you, you don't feel like you should be the one to take that first step to apologize. Because if you're not in the wrong, what are you apologizing for? Sometimes you just need to apologize just to put it out there and repair a friendship or a relationship because you may have greater things in store for you later on. Sometimes you have to bury the hatchet and be the bigger person when somebody else is less mature than you are or less equipped to be able to come to you and do the apologizing. And then there are times when people just don't understand the wrong that they've done to you. You know, everybody is equipped with different kind of feelings. So what might hurt my feelings might be different than what hurts yours. I might be able to rub some things off my back that may really stick with you for a long time. People carry grudges from childhood all the way into far adulthood that some people would look at and be like, yo, you can't be still carrying that around. You know, when you think about on social media how many times you hear somebody that you may be familiar with or may have just encountered on social media and they're talking about something that happened to them when they were in high school or when they were younger, when they were in grade school, things like that, elementary school. You know, and and probably these things probably could have been squashed if somebody would have just said, "Listen, I'm sorry." But it's hard to say I'm sorry when you don't really know what you've done to a person. You may have been teaching them a lesson that you figured that they needed to learn, or you may just been giving them a dose of their own medicine. Often there are people who don't really realize the energy that they give off and how it can offend people. So if you've ever been in a situation where you found out that somebody was mad at you and you didn't even know that they was mad at you, you know, you could probably relate to this. So the lines can get crossed when you don't even know that you've offended somebody, but you notice that the communication that y'all used to have or the routines that y'all used to follow aren't like they used to be. And next thing you know, a couple of years have gone around, and you're asking yourself, "Damn, how come I don't hang out with such and such no more? How come me and such ain't cool no more? Let me give him a call." Then you give him a call, and then you might get the cold shoulder treatment, and now you realize like, oh, so the last time we was together, this, that, and the third happened, and whatever. But I ain't really think nothing of it. Or you might have thought that, yeah, they felt some kind of way about this, that what happened, but you didn't think it was that much of a big deal. That's when it's probably a good idea to just say I'm sorry or whatever. And don't get me wrong, some things are irreparable. In other words, they can't be repaired. They can't be fixed with a I'm sorry or I apologize or I didn't mean to do it. You know, sometimes people get seriously hurt, not just emotionally, but sometimes physically as well. So it's like if I run you over with my car, even though I'm sorry about it, that probably won't fix your wounds. And that's an extreme example, but when it comes to your interaction with other people, it sort of all falls in line together. What's going on? So, so you know, one of the things that I think that we need to understand is that whether you consider it being the bigger person or whether you consider it to be a sign of weakness, it's not a sign of weakness to apologize to somebody, especially when you know that you've hurt their feelings, even if they had it coming. You know, sometimes you can apologize without really. I hate to tell y'all to do this, but sometimes you can apologize without really meaning it. You know, sometimes you just have to do that for the greater good. Hmm. Hey, we learn this lesson at work sometimes. Sometimes when we're dealing with coworkers, sometimes we have to mend the relationship between our coworkers, just so nobody gets fired, just so nobody, messes up the work environment by running around, holding a grudge. You have people on jobs that don't talk to each other. You have people that says, I don't have to talk to my supervisor, I don't have to talk to my manager, I'll just do my job. And what happens normally after that is that, they wind up building a file on them. The next thing you know, they get laid off or they get fired. And the way jobs do it is they try to stop your unemployment. And that's when you know that you pissed somebody off. You may have already known it, but you might have felt like they had it coming. So sometimes the best thing to do is just go ahead and be like, listen, even if you're not going to say you're sorry, you say, listen, I didn't mean for things to go the way that they did, and I'm really sad that it is the way it is, and maybe we can start over. Maybe we can put this thing back together. I like working with you, you know what I'm saying, and we can get it together. Now, when it comes to matters of the heart, when it comes to couples and everything like that, it makes it a little bit different. But that's when I'm sorry, a sincere sorry, means a lot. But you also have to work. You also have to. In anger, things get said. People say things in anger, but they also say things when they're happy. Sometimes you have to weigh the two out and get to know a person, so you know that even if they say things that are true in anger, you have to ask yourself: do they tell you true things when they're happy with you as well? And if that's the case, then you might not want to take it too personally, even though it might be hard not to. And that's just the way it is, when it all comes down to it, especially our people, black people, we got to get together. We got to do whatever is necessary to repair the relationships that we have with each other, because we have bigger fish to fry. And that's whatever fish that is. Make sure y'all check out the Urban Therapy with Son show tonight. We're talking about women who say they don't need no man. I don't need no man. I got my own house. I got my own car. I got my own money. I take care of my kids. I don't need no man. It's really all about that, though. And how come you hear mostly black women talk that? You don't hear, black American women. You don't really hear white women, Latino women. You hardly ever hear even black women from other countries talk like that. Is it an American black woman thing? Let's find out why they say that they don't need no man, and let's find out if that's really true. You know what I mean? Yo, go to the website urban-therapy-with-son.com. You can listen to it there, or blogtalkradio.com/son752. You can listen to it there. Make sure y'all know the call-in number. You can call in and just listen. You don't even need a computer. Area code 347-677-1533. Independence versus not needing no man. Needing no man. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? 8:30 tonight, Eastern Standard Time. 8:30 tonight, Eastern Standard Time. Trust me, the show we had last week was blazing. I'm telling you, we better than Empire. Y'all need to watch that garbage. Hell with that bullshit. Listen, good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. Apologize. Apologize even if you don't really want to apologize. Just go. If a person is worth you being around with a little bit longer, go ahead and make that apology. Ain't nobody gonna look at you like you weak. It's not weak to apologize. It's actually a strength, because not everybody can do it. Make sure you're not the ones that can't do it. And practice makes perfect. I'll holler at y'all tonight on Urban Therapy with Son show. If not then, no, then. But I'll holler at y'all tomorrow too. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.